Myth Project 41 by Zachary Stevens, Lauren Reichert, Samantha Gaynor, and Amanda Coletta. Our Myth Project topic is about how modern-day therapies are based off the teachings of Sigmund Freud. This, however, is simply not true. Although Freud had a significant part in shaping what psychology is today, many things have changed since Freud's theories and teachings. Freud was very influential in his time. However, he developed his teachings over 100 years ago and can since then be considered outdated. Freud taught the 3 levels of awareness and the iceberg theory. The first of Freud's teachings, the 3 levels of awareness, consisted of the conscious mind, which we are completely aware of, the preconscious mind, which refers to memory and things that are stored but can be reached if wanted, and the unconscious mind, which we are completely unaware of and cannot access. Contrary to popular belief, the statement that modern-day therapies are based off of Freud's teachings is not true. Therapies today are possible due to many psychologists and consist of different types of therapies, some even considered controversial. Modern-day therapies are crucial to today's society due to the suffering caused by mental disorders. The 2 main types of therapies are biomedical therapies and psychotherapies, and within these therapies are many subtherapies. Biomedical therapy treats mental disorders by targeting the biological aspects. The 3 types of biomedical therapies are drug therapy, which is the form of controlling mental disorders with the prescription of psychotropic drugs. Some of the administered medications include lithium, which is used to treat bipolar disorder and can be dangerous if overdosed. Antidepressant drugs, which are used to treat depression. Anti-anxiety drugs, which are used to treat anxiety. And finally, antipsychotic drugs, which are used to treatment of psychotic disorders. Electroconvulsive therapy, or ECT, is the act of emitting electric currents through the brain as a last result to treating depression disorder. This is only in severe cases when other forms of treatment do not work. Psychosurgery is the process of surgically damaging specific parts of the brain. Psychotherapies focus on the use of psychology to treat disorders. The first of the 4 therapies is psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis is what is known as the classic form of therapy, where the therapist listens to the client and refers to the client's conscious and unconscious mind to help understand the problem. Another therapy is client-centered therapy, where the therapist is completely focused on the client, showing them empathy and positive feedback. This helps the client or patient get an understanding of their therapist and trust them more. Behavioral therapy is a form of conditioning where the therapist attempts to change the client behavior from bad to good. Finally, cognitive therapy is focused on the client's thoughts, where the therapist's goal is to change them to positive thoughts. There are multiple modern-day treatments, and all are diverse in order to help with different mental disorders. Sigmund Freud's teachings had to do with the different parts of the mind and how they relate to personality. He developed the first type of psychotherapy, which is known as psychoanalysis. However, most of today's treatments were developed by other psychologists. A few of the psychologists that came up with other therapies were Carl Rogers, Albert Ellis, and Aaron Beck. Carl Rogers developed the client-centered therapy, which revolves around the client and their self-concept. Albert Ellis and Aaron Beck developed cognitive therapies, which are based on the client's thoughts and the therapist's goal to help them go from bad to good. All in all, the statement was proved a myth. Most modern therapies are based off of teachings from Sigmund Freud. Is not a true statement because, as seen in the presentation, Freud only came up with one of the many therapies used today. And even though he had many influential aspects, it was other psychologists that came up with better ways to treat many disorders.